Good morning. Let me know and hi Tanya's. Good morning, Tasha. Good morning. Let me know if there's any problems with the connection. Okay. Because I am using my mobile hotspot. It says I have a poor connection. So if I continue to have a poor connection, I will switch to the other one. It's a bit fuzzy. It is a bit weird. Okay, hang on. Let me move. Hang on. Is this better? Hello, good morning. You can hear me. Can you see me better now? Or is it still fuzzy? Good morning. Good morning, Angela. Good morning. Okay, it's better now. Okay, good. I put my phone that's got that is the hotspot. I won't. Okay, I'll move slowly. There. The hotspot is now over by the window. So good morning, everyone who's coming in. Welcome in. Forget Me Not, Freaky Chic Chick, Kristen Wood. Good morning. Good morning, Ice Pie Vintage. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're at my booth at the antique market that's just 2 minutes down the road from my house. So good morning, Gigi. How are you? Good morning. So feel free to ask your questions. As you can tell, they have finished the transition. It did take, they worked their butts off yesterday. So I want to thank the Whatnot team for working so hard yesterday to get everything to work. It was, you want to see my booth? Yes, absolutely. I will show it. But I want to thank them because the transition seems to be complete and it looks like things are okay. But if you see anything that doesn't seem right, please message support to let them know. And if you go in my show notes, I know they're very long show notes. Good morning, Donna. They're very long show notes. Just go to the bottom. You'll see a line of fire, and just above the line of fire are the instructions on how you can contact Whatnot through your app. Good morning, Corey. Stamp Pickers is in the house. How was your show yesterday? I'm sorry I missed it. Jojo Junkin, good morning. So feel free to ask your questions. I'll take you on a little tour. Hang on. I'm going to unplug you guys. You're listening on Bluetooth. Sweet. Be safe driving. Hang on. I gotta flip. Okay, welcome to my antique booth. I'm going to be resetting it soon. So I have lots of Afghans. Saw U.S. buyers. U.S. buyers only saw Canadian funds. Jojo Junkin, most of my glasses are available on Vooglam. I wish I could sell them. I wish I had the ability to sell them here on Whatnot. Yes, the primary colors set. Now, mine's $100. There's another set around the corner that's only $75. But anything that you see in this booth that you want, I have to add on 25% because I have to pay 15% commission. And then I've got to pay taxes too. So I have to add that on. So I have I've got a lot of Cabbage Patch Kids. It's actually gone down, the number of Cabbage Patch Kids I have. As you can see, I have some holes to fill. I just got here. There's Howdy Doody. For some reason, he's over there now. I need to move. There you go. Some toys. I don't have a lot. I have like an empty spot. Oh my gosh. There's this cutie. I'm surprised this hasn't gone. I mean, I know it's big, but it's pretty cool. I've got some records. And some little things. And oh, hang on. Sorry. 604 Chinatown. Hello, how are you? Okay. And then, there we go. So I'm going to be resetting all of this. I'm just waiting first. Thank you. And of course, I've got lots of Blue Mountain pottery here. Yeah, it's a double booth. I'm lucky. So it starts here and it goes, trying to go slow. It's all the way to there. So I've got books and ephemera. I've got tins and I've got more Canadiana. And I try to go by color a little bit, or theme. But it is getting a little mixed up now, so it needs to get updated. So This is a market, so this is just my booth. So I'll walk you through. I'll just show you. I don't want to go too far from my phone, my other phone, but it go that's that is that section. I'm in this middle part, so there's tons here, and then there's a front part too, and an upstairs. There's upstairs as well. Oh, antique printer trays, probably. This woman is the one who would have antique printer trays. If anyone had antique printer trays, it would be her. I don't see any today. So, you've been looking for one? I love them. Who was it who has some in her show? I think one of the people in the Mission Impossible has printer trays. I think. I'm trying to remember. And then there's an upstairs that goes way back. That's where I used to be. Is up there. I'm lifting you up in the air. So, sorry. That's where I used to be, is way up there. And then there's also there's a whole room that's just records and music and media, like that kind of media. So it is a huge place. Yeah. So if you're ever in Hastings, you can always do local pickup and I can meet you here and then you can shop. So, and every once in a while I do I should walk and shop. You wish you had still had antique malls here. They're so much fun. This one I like because we don't have to stay, right? Hang on. Just going to turn you sideways a bit. There. I know it's sideways. Sorry. I was just trying to get. Okay. Ah. Freaky Chic Jewelry has a question. Freaky Chic Chick Jewelry has a question. Sorry. I had a sale yesterday and I packed and shipped everything out and then found that one customer's funds aren't releasing. Oh, then you only go by what is on your shipment section. So you go to seller.whatnot.com. Whatever has all the ones that have actually closed, those are the ones that you ship out. Anything that their funds didn't go through in time when you ended your show, those are unsold and you put them back into your, you don't send that to them. Do not send that to them. They didn't pay for it and they didn't pay for the shipping for it. Oh, I think she's looking for letterpress trays. Stamp pickers. I could be wrong. Oh yes, she just said it. There you go. Mine's you still didn't convert, Melody. Let me look at let me look at you. Let me look at you and see. You're right. My goodness. So yes, I wonder if there's a Quebec thing going on. No, Melody. Before you do that, message support and let them know. Message support and let them know. Because yeah, that shouldn't be happening. They're very unhelpful. Did they say you had to do it yourself? I would. Is there anyone else who hasn't converted? I wonder, Melody, could you do me a favor and check with some of the Quebec folks to update the app? It has nothing to do with, yeah. Just reply back and say, please get the Canada team to look at it. Sonia too. Okay, so it sounds like it's a Quebec thing. I know augmented vintage, but it's happening. So it's just we're gonna have to work with it. Stamp Picker says when selling the top, still says US dollars in sold, but it was Canadian. Okay, that's interesting. So there's another glitch. Hang on. Bloop. Oh, did I just turn you guys off? I did. Oh my God. Face ID. There you go. No. Sorry. I tried to take a screenshot. Hang on. Trying again. Screenshot. There we go. Damn it. Can't do screenshots. Some shows went well last night. American buyers purchasing from Canadian dollar sellers. They were happy about their dollar being worth more. I like that. Stampicker says my show was mixed, but USC's Canadian only. But I'm sure will work itself out. Yeah, I'm hoping that gets fixed on Android, but I don't know what the details are on that. Melody says I have a show later today that I wanted to move earlier because of the Habs and debate. Yes, not sure what to do. yeah, I would message support again, but say that this is, um, I'll send you a message. I'll send you a message. Um, can you send me some screenshots if you don't mind? That would be awesome. You can do it on Insta if you want, and yeah. What time were you thinking of going on? Do not miss the Habs. That would be be very un-Montreal of you. What do you call yourselves? Montrealers? I have a poor connection again. Oh god. US buyers also confirmed that it showed Canadian dollars on the swipe bar with a US estimate on the swipe bar. I did see that on some shows, but other shows I didn't when I was looking as like pretending to be a US person. Montrealer. Okay, now I know. I can call you a Montrealer. NS Coastal Closet. I'm doing a show this afternoon. Going to be interesting. See how I can mess it up. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's just a matter of. I noticed all of my. I went in and I changed some of my amounts because once I saw it in Canadian dollars, it felt way too high. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna reduce my prices a bit. So there's deals to be had even in my shows. Good morning, Brooke. How are you? Good morning, Lego and Life Advice. Um, Shop with Tasha says I cannot do my shipping yet. It won't let me edit. I was wondering if I should tell support what edits I want done. Yes, tell them in your message to support. Say I'm unable to produce. Make sure you say whether it's Canada Post or Chit Chats. Make sure you're specific on that. And then for each shipment number that you'll see, put shipment number and then here's the dimensions and weight I want. And then that makes their life easier. They don't have to go back and forth with you asking questions. Okay, Melody's thinking 4 o'clock ish. Maybe I'll move it till tomorrow. You're gonna move the show so much, Melody, that it's gonna be for your next birthday. I'm glad that you're great, Brooke. And as Coastal Close says, wow, everything's going fast. Nova Scotians root for the Habs, closest NHL team. That is true. Halifax was going to get one. They kept talking about it, and then it never happened. They were also going to get an NBA team, and that never happened. Oh, Lego and Life Advice says, I finally figured out how to do first class US 73-cent shipping. I even made a how-to for seller friends. Awesome. Yeah. Hodgepodge Place has a really great YouTube video on that. Yeah. I don't know if you're too poor. I think there's just not enough. There's too few people. There needs to be more people. I'm glad you got that figured out. Population 1 million. That should be enough, you'd think, but I think now they want like masses of people. I did go to a long time ago. I went to an NBA exhibition game at Halifax, whatever arena it was called. It was pretty cool. Oh, Melody, you'll get it figured out. You know what? You can celebrate whenever you want. And you can have a very happy unbirthday. A very happy unbirthday to you, to you. A very happy unbirthday to me. So feel free to ask your questions. I didn't go and look at what I did actually. No, that's not true. I did ask Alexa this morning what the Canadian dollar rate was so that I could put it in my show today because I'm going to do a raid train and it's going to be US people in the room and it's going to be interesting trying to explain that to them that their dollar is worth more. So I put it in the show notes. So if you want to look at my show, that's at Mission Impossible Show. If you want to look at my show notes and how I wrote it, it might help you. So it might help you. You feel free to copy. Feel free to copy anything you like. Take what you like and leave the rest. Good morning, Flora D. How are you? Good morning, Retro City. How are you doing? Okay. I should probably start loading up my booth, shouldn't I? NS Coastal Closet, some people are having trouble with, like Stop with Tasha, are having trouble editing labels in order to generate them with the correct weight and sizes, Canadian sellers. So hopefully that's going to be fixed. But you can always message support with each shipment number and what edits you need to have made if you want to get your stuff out sooner rather than later. But please make sure you message support to let them know that it's happening. Because it's important that they know what's going on. And as an individual, I mean, I can go in and I can say something, but they're getting sick of me. It's better if it comes from as many people as possible, so they know who exactly, and they can look at your account to figure out what it is that may be going on. Is there a way to PayPal can be added to wallets and still be used? I guess if it was connected to like a credit card, like that the credit card automatically refilled or something, that might be it. Liz, good morning. How are you? So NS Cause says, I have to say I weigh everything ahead. I've only had to adjust one time. Yeah, so it's just like those three numbers, the dimensions and the weight, and then the shipment number, which you'll see on the left hand side when you're at seller.whatnot.com. 13 with ADHD says, yes, still having that issue with an order that was purchased before the change. Whatnot support responded within 24 hours. They sent them more details this morning. Sometimes it's a little bit of back and forth. Sometimes you do have to go back and forth with them, but they're trying their best. Stampicker says, I had people wanting to bid that couldn't. Yeah. I was trying to see if you could connect Google Pay or Apple Pay to your PayPal, but I haven't tried to do it myself, so that might be something too. As an alternative, is to connect to Google Pay or Apple Pay, but I don't know how that works, to be honest. I haven't tried to do it. I Spy Vintage says, I still have an order from Saturday that I can't print the label for. Support still working on it. I had a label for Vintiquity that took a week because of the back and forth. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I asked them to change the address. Then they had to confirm. Then Nuria asked for the address to be changed. And then they still had to confirm it with Nuria. And then they got back to me. And then they made a label. They didn't change the address. They made a label. And I hadn't put in the dimensions yet because I was like, I'm just getting them changed. I thought, you're just getting them to change the address. So make sure you put the dimensions in before you ask for them to change an address, because then we had to do it all over again. I had to play the game of, could you please generate me a label with this information on it? Because then it let me edit, but then it created for the old address that was not the address that we wanted. So yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Good morning, Time Hop. Yes, 13 with HD is right. Whenever you have a delay, message your buyers and explain the situation. Don't leave them in the dark. Let them know what's going on. Even if it's just a quick message, like, and some people won't respond to you. They'll just, because they're just going to say okay or something. And there's a lot of people who are like my husband who, if the answer is okay, they just don't answer at all. I've had to try and train him that he needs to say something to me so I know he's read it. Stampicker says U.S. buyers should still have virtual credit cards with PayPal, so wondering if those will work. They discontinued them in Canada. I don't know. Yeah, they may work. I don't know if anybody's tried it to see if it would work. A PayPal credit card might work. I don't know for sure. I Spy Vintage says the buyer's cool with it. Yes, that's good. Just let your buyer know. And Stampicker says, I had frustrated bidders. Yeah. And yeah. So, maybe we have to test that out. We need somebody who's got a PayPal credit card in the US to buy something from a Canadian and see if it'll go through. That's what we need. I'll talk to my American friends and see if anybody has that and we'll be able to do it. Yes. So NS Coastal Closet's right. She says, I use PayPal to purchase from shows in the States. PayPal connects to my MasterCard. So yes, shows, we can still use our PayPal to buy in US shows or anywhere, US shows. We can still use our PayPal for that. However, we can't use our PayPal to buy from Canadian shows. So, and I have a feeling that PayPal is on its way out. A lot of companies are dropping them. I heard eBay dropped them. I didn't know that, but I heard a rumor, but I haven't confirmed it. So I think just, the days of PayPal are numbered on Whatnot. I just feel like it. We have no proof whatsoever, but it's definitely gone in Canada, but we can still use our PayPal to buy in the States. So I'm leaving my PayPal connected to Whatnot for now. Hello, Graham Dia. How are you? Louis says, does the US dollar money still go to PayPal? So depends on how you set things up, Louis. If you did have a credit in your Whatnot ledger yesterday morning at 5 a.m., then that money automatically got paid out to your PayPal. You'll be able to still see that information, not on the app, but you do have to go to seller.whatnot.com on a browser and then go to financials, and then you'll be able to see all of your ledger payouts and information. You'll see the US dollar amount and you'll see your Canadian dollar amount. However, it says zero, and the reason it says zero is because everybody in Canada who had a positive account balance, they were zeroed out. That goes to whatever, that US dollar money went to whatever account you have set up. So if you had PayPal, then it's paying out to PayPal. If you had your bank account, it went to your bank account. So I had switched to my bank account, and so, which is using Stripe. I switched to my bank account, so I'm sure it just went straight to my bank account. Cup check cards. Hello, how are you? By the way, everyone, not this weekend, but next weekend, there are going to be Whatnot reps at the Toronto Sports Card Expo, which is in Mississauga at the International Centre in Ontario. I'm going to go hopefully Friday night and Saturday and Sunday morning. So I'm going to go for a little bit. Yeah, Louis, don't worry. Your money is on it's either it's probably already arrived or it's on its way. Just go to seller.whatnot.com to see the information about where your money is now. Because they definitely zeroed everybody out and they basically did a payout to everyone who had a positive balance. If you had a negative US dollar balance, that they'll use your Canadian dollar amount to if you had a negative, like if you did giveaways or something and you were in a negative amount. But most people will be in a positive amount, or they were already at zero. So fear not. I know some people kind of hold money for a while and leave a lot of money in their Whatnot ledger. I don't recommend that because especially since transactions over $500, online transactions can often get flagged. I'd say pay yourself out on a regular basis, like a paycheck. Just take it out instead of leaving it there. Okay, how is my connection? Am I okay, or do I need to move the phone somewhere else? I'm just checking. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Feel free to ask questions. I'm going to grab some stuff and put it in my booth because I think it's time to move it around. I need to move things around in my booth. So let's go for a walk. Where am I going to put you guys? No. I need to move some of this stuff. I need to rearrange. There we go. I love this, but nobody wants it. I'm going to put it up here. I'm very big on teapots now. I love putting teapots in my booth. I'm not sure why. I just love teapots now. I'm like a little old lady with teapots. All right. Sorry. I'm here. Feel free to ask questions. It is 10:03, so if you want to share your shows and tell people what you do and what you sell so that you can get some follows, feel free to do that while I continue to make a loud sound in here. Put this here. There we go. Cute little piece of tinola. Where can it go? Needs a new home. All right. Does anybody have anyone have any shows going on today that I should know about? Do tell me all about your shows. Ooh, Pay Tribute is having a vintage poster show on Friday. That sounds awesome. Let me move these glasses. I'm moving you guys over here by the window. There we go. And time hop this Friday's show will be All Cats and Dogs, 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. And Paid Tribute says, today I'm trying out comic books, but I'm known for my posters. Ooh, comic books are so popular. You'll have all kinds of people in there. Anna's Coast Closet says, I have a floral theme this afternoon, anything with flowers. Super pretty. That is awesome. So make sure you're following everybody who's telling you about their shows right now. And on the 25th, we have the Thrift to Gift raid train happening again. Feels like it was just yesterday we did it. IBCC Shop says, show Easter Monday, 3 p.m. Stamps, covers, philatelic, supplies, Pokemon, and Star Wars graded cards. Sweet. And as Coastal Cloud says, it's going to be clothes, dishes, and accessories. That's all floral theme this afternoon. That sounds like so much fun. Paid Tribute says, so today I'll be using Chit Chats, but Friday the posters will be rolled and need to go to Canada Post. Yeah. So make sure you just toggle. Yeah, you need to, when you set up your show, you can go in right now and edit your show. That's the posters show, and make sure that it'll have shipping option. It'll have like a shipping section now underneath your weight. You know, it has your shipping profile, and just below that, it's going to say shipping options, and it's not going to show anything. You have to click to push it down, and then you're going to see to switch to Canada Post for that particular show. So that is the way you do it. You select Canada Post for that show. Make sure, Paid Tribute, that you've already generated your Chit Chat labels for your show today before you do your Friday show. So you update it on the not on the custom packaging. You update it in the show. So when you edit show, then you'll see just below the shipping profile, there's going to be another section, and you have to click to read more, and then you'll be able to fix that. Awesome. Yep. Let me know if you have any trouble with that. But yeah, that's the best thing to do. But make sure because if you don't generate the Chit Chat labels from today's show, which I'm sure you will before Friday, then you're going to end up with Canada Post labels for them, and that would cost you an adjustment probably because it's a little bit more expensive. Hang on, I'll be back. Hello everyone, welcome in. We are at the antique market, and I'm putting stuff in my booth because it's getting a little empty. See what happened. I'm wondering why there was a hole. I figured it out. Somebody had taken this down and not put it back. There we go. There, now it's fixed. I don't see the option of the show, just sees an option. Okay, yeah, let me show you. Hang on, please hold. Into my show. So if I go into today's show, edit show, hang on. Oh yeah, it's only in the setup. Okay, it's not. Yeah, you're right. It's not in the edit show. You have to do it when you're. So yeah, just toggle on your profile. Toggle on your profile because you have already set up your show, and if you didn't set up your show, so let me show you. If you set up when you set up your show, but you've already set up your show. When you set up a show, schedule a show. If you're Canadian, when you set up your show, scroll all the way down to. It says right here, community, and then it says shipping settings, and you click on see more options, and then it will give you your shipping settings for this is for Canadians. So then you can switch your provider when you set up the show. But once you set up the show, yeah, you're going to have to just toggle on your profile, and just make sure as soon as you finish printing those labels for that show that you toggle it back the other way. So hello, She Shops. How are you? And Ballad Treasures, good morning. How are you doing? So yeah, you're going to have to toggle. Yeah, sorry. I thought they still had it so you could do it on the... Every time I think I know what they're doing, they switch something on me. So, okay. here. I don't think it's going to sell. What else do I have in here? I think what a tin. What's that? I have a feeling about this tin. I'm going to hold on to it. All right, I'm carrying you this way, so feel free to ask questions because this is a work along. So I'm putting stuff in my booth while I chat with you guys. I'm going to put you here because I have to. Oops, daisies! I have to rearrange this shelf. Rearrange this shelf a little bit. There we go. Oh, thank you. It's a little helter. It's a little all over the place right now. I feel like I don't know. I had themes and I was trying to be like, but then you bring stuff in and it's like I don't know where it's supposed to go, and then you put it somewhere, and I don't know. I've got a teacup section for teacups because they do sell. Melly says we have an antique market in Montreal, but it's in a weird location with lousy parking. Oh, yeah, that doesn't help, does it? Parking is super important. Parking is key. Okay, I think. Yes, we're going to shuffle this. Sorry. So feel free to ask questions, share your shows, all that kind of stuff. I'm just doing a work along, and I wish I could take you on a tour, but I have a feeling the internet will be a problem. I might switch phones and not be on YouTube so I can show you. You don't go places without parking. I tend to, if I have trouble parking, I will just keep going. Or I will go very far away and walk it and then regret that afterwards because I'm in pain. So, hang on, I'm going to put you guys over here. You're going to be a little bit leaning. Sorry. I know, this is the greatest lighting ever, isn't it? Wonderful lighting in here. Tincture of iodine. Club chewing tobacco. Okay. All right. I'm still here. Sorry. Especially in the winter when they don't clean the snow. Oh, I'm totally with that. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Shauna. Okay, we got to walk back over here. I got to go get more stuff out of my box. It's usually quiet in the morning, so it's perfect. I'm still here. Sorry. I had so many tins. So many tins, so little time. All right, back we go. So tell us about what shows you have going on, and tell us where you're from, because we'll probably raid out early today since it's a quiet day here. I can get a bunch of stuff done, and y'all can get stuff done too, because yeah. Hello. Okay. Any questions, or are we all good? Do we all feel like the transition has worked? And we're going to make it work. If you haven't joined our Discord, please do. The Shadowed Swan says, I'm in California. My first show is tonight. Yay! That's so exciting. Welcome to Whatnot. Congratulations. Selling vintage and antiques with love, follows, and bookmarks. All right, everybody, check out the Shadowed Swan right there. And I'm excited for you. It's going to be great. You're going to be great. Trust me, you're going to make mistakes. Everybody does. Everyone does. If you get a chance, go and just do a pop-up show so that you can like in private, so you can at least see your lighting and stuff and see what you look like on the screen. And if you haven't done rehearsal mode, you can try that out. That helps you just learn which buttons to press and all that fun stuff. But you'll be great. Your first show's always yeah, the Art Center. So hello, how are you? Thrift Life Cam, good morning. And 208 Thrift and Vintage, good morning. Heart Centered Soul says, me, a mistake, never. The Shadow Swan says, I need to give myself grace. Yes, I will do that before. You're very welcome. Yes, absolutely. I've been on for 2 and a bit years, and I still make mistakes all the time. All the time. So, yes, definitely give yourself grace and permission to make mistakes. Hi, Heart Centered Soul. How are you doing? Good morning, Thrift Life Cam. And Angie's This and That. I didn't say that right. Angie's This and That says, allowed to moderate. I'm in Listowel and hoping to have my show Friday for Fill-A-Bag. Angie's This and That has really great deals on family clothing, all sizes, all gender, children, adults, the whole 9 yards. Good morning, Peacock. Do you have your coffee? How's your coffee doing? You got your coffee on? I had a coffee and I left it downstairs. I got busy and distracted, and I was on the phone dealing with some other things, community things. So feel free to share your shows or share who you are or where you're from and all that fun stuff. And then if someone wouldn't mind seeing if there's anyone, I'm going to actually, what am I saying? I have my other phone. I forget that I have my other phone. Let's check and see. You're sipping on your first one right now? I want to go a latte after this. If you're listening, Absolute Flipping Deals, are you in for going to get a latte? I'm going to go get a latte. Where is it? Castles in the sun, whoa, 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 and singing fun, fun, fun. Okay, there's not that many people on right now on community. Yes. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sorry. Yeah, hang on 1 second. Let me just see. All right. We might just go into Mama Z after this, unless someone has a suggestion. So, let me go. I'll go upstairs. Let me know if the signal starts to go out. Let me know, because I'm walking farther away. We'll go to the Italian place. I'll buy you a coffee from the Italian place if it's open. There's also there's the Nook. Okay, so hang on. Switch. All right, so that's my booth from the Big Clifford all the way over. Hi, Pickles. Hi, Par Sports Cards. All the way to that corner there. I have to redo it. I feel like there's lost space that I could be selling. So there's the Afghans, and I've just kind of got a mix of stuff. It's become very mixed. It's 8.5 by 20. So I need more space, but I don't think I'm going to get more space. So yeah, so I kind of have like pretties here. I have Canadian things in here. So this is all Canadian stuff in here, including Canadian pottery and Canadian art glass sculptures. And then I've got kind of other pretties, usually in some sort of theme. Michelle, there's your teapot. It's still there. It'll go eventually. And then there's this, and yeah, and I will start to put your stuff in slowly but surely. I'll get your stuff in. So I tend to get a lot of these and resell them. People like the frames, not necessarily the people inside. Oh, there's an empty spot up there. Ooh, there's an empty spot. So I just kind of have like, this has gotten a little bit out of control. I need to reorganize this. It's not as pretty as it used to be. And then it's not as good as yours, Jen. Jen, yours is amazing. Oh, by the way, Jen, I'm just going to mail you that book separately to deal with that. I apologize. And I got stuff. You had a couple of, oh yes, you had those, I'll have to figure out how to showcase those macrame things. I saw a macrame thing in there. So yeah, and then I have this. It's still here. Oh, one of the Stephen King books. I managed to probably send you some other book. I just all of a sudden I saw it and I went, wait, this is Jen's. Why is it here? Why is it not already in a box and on your way? So I'm gonna make sure you get it. I'm gonna send it separately and send you the tracking code. It'll probably arrive faster, knowing my luck. No, no. I will send it. My mistake. Yeah. So that's my booth. I kind of do like crystal and glass stuff on this thing, but I'm gonna rearrange all of this. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm so sorry. I was like, and I put Canadian stuff here usually. It's kind of gotten mixed up a little bit. People come, as you probably know, Jen, people come into the booth and they rearrange everything. I try to put mugs here, but mugs aren't as popular as they used to be. I thought they were popular. I was wrong. Yes, I know. So, yeah. So, I love a mug too. I really love a mug. And then I got all these cutie patooties. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my booth in a nutshell. That's my booth. And there's kind of quirky stuff up here, tins up here. Oh God, my arms. And then yeah, there's like I kind of put the guy stuff down low. I don't know why. And then there's like a kitchen section here that I try, and then tins because people come to look for what tins I have. So I tend to put tins all in one spot, but they're a little spread out right now. I'm amazed that these haven't sold yet. I know I put a good price on them, but these are from Genie, which was a Canadian company that was kind of like Tupperware. My mother was a representative, and we had the full set. But she didn't keep it when she moved. So I know Genie. My mom used to sell Genie, and I'd sit there and listen to the whole speech. I actually became a Mary Kay rep when I was like in my 20s. I don't know why I did that. I became a Mary Kay rep, but I'm not a person who wears a lot of makeup. And you were supposed to like never leave the house, even to go out and put the garbage without having full makeup on. I kid you not. Kid you not. That's what they would say. You can't leave the house. Yes, satin hands. What? Oh, I Spy Vintage. So those are like little. You put there's a straw hole, so you put drinks in there of any kind. Usually, it would be a root beer float that would go in there. And yeah, this is the window. I'm at the window now, so it looks better. Although I didn't, as you can tell, I just did eyeliner this morning. I was so tired. I have not been sleeping well, but you know, perimenopause is awesome. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. We're at 10:30. We're gonna raid into someone. I don't know who. Thanks, I Spy Vintage. Yeah, it needs more work to get just right, but I'm currently bidding in some auctions on some display cases, so I'm hoping that I win. I'm semi hoping I win because I still have to move them. So I'm gonna hire movers again. By the way, if Leah's listening, I will be hiring movers. I will not do it myself. Sorry, I'm still here. Heart Center Soul says my booth is my favorite way to sell. I mean, I did okay. I had 2 months where I didn't make rent, and that was January and February. But it's kind of dead everywhere around here in January and February. So these haven't been priced yet. Dang it. Okay, dang it. Some of these things haven't been priced. What a waste of my time. Jen says, I'm on the hunt for lockable display cases as well, hoping to find some on the weekend for my new booth I get. Ooh, you get more space or in a different space, in a different place. That's exciting, Jen. I used to go to North York. There's a company that in North York that resells all things just like store, retail, everything like that. So that's where I used to go to get all my cases and displays and all that kind of stuff. One time at band camp, I won a storage locker, and it turned out it was all the contents of a Guess store that had redesigned everything, and they'd put all the stuff in storage and then forgot about it. So I won it at auction, and there was a lot of great items. I Spy Vintage says it was the same when I had an antique booth. January and February was almost completely dead. Yeah. And Jen says there will be a second booth, small one, more for jewelry boutiques. Ooh, you're gonna get all fancy. Sorry, it's hard to read. It's hard to see myself. It's very dark in here. Maybe that's what I need is lighting in here. I don't know what I need. I need something to eat, probably. So share your shows, tell everybody, get some follows. 23 people in the room, so you might as well get some follows if you haven't already got some follows. Vintheus, hello. Sarah, hello. And we will raid into, I think we'll raid into Mama Z if she's still on, because she's doing a community chat show. Drink water, giveies, and mind my business raid train, she calls it. So we will go hang out with her. Hello, good morning, Queen Bee. There is a problem. Quebec sellers are still not converted. A couple of Quebec sellers are still not converted. Can those Quebec sellers who still haven't converted wave their hands now? If you're in the room, please say hi and say I haven't been converted yet. So it's anybody in PQ or QC seems to not be converted yet. Although let me check. I think she's probably not on right now. Not in the room right now. Good morning, Quinn B. How are things in your world? And feel EPAT, good morning. Let me just double check. Shop. Oh, no. It's done. It's fixed. Never mind. You did it. You fixed it. You're awesome. It's done. It's fixed. Unless she's doing that herself. Is she doing that herself? Because she may be doing it herself. She said she was just going to go in and start doing it herself. So I'm going to look in another show that she hasn't got to yet. No, everything seems to be showing up as it doesn't say US dollars beside it. So good. We're good. We're good. Congratulations. That was hard work. And I think it's pretty awesome. Comic Hospi, good morning. Nick Rip, good morning. And feel free to share your shows. We're going to be rating in 3 minutes. This is a short show today. Canadian Treasures, good morning. How are you? Short show, and then we will be rating into probably Mama Z if she's still on. Good morning. How are things in your world? You hope to have a show today. So Melody, I looked at your profile, and it doesn't say US dollars anymore. So I think you're good. I'm glad you're good, Canadian Treasures. Comic Hospi asks, my payout has set to 0. How do I get the money that was in there? So Comic Hospi, in the email that you got from Whatnot and the Q&A, they explained that at 5 a.m. yesterday morning, they paid out all positive accounts that had money in them in US dollars. They paid those out to whatever you had connected for your payout. So if it was PayPal, then it was PayPal. If you had already connected your bank account, then that was done. And if you go into seller.whatnot.com, and then go to financials, you'll be able to see the payout information. You won't see it on your app. You will see it. You will see the payout information on your in your. You have to go to a browser, seller.whatnot.com, go to financials, and then you'll see the US dollar payout that happens. You'll see all the details about that. It'll only show on the app. Comic Hospi, you don't have anything connected, so I'm not sure where any of it went. Okay, so then definitely go to seller.whatnot.com and see what it says for payout information. And if you don't have anything set up, then you'll need to set something up so that they can pay out that money, and you may need to contact support. Okay, so so this is what I see when I go into your show. When I go into your shop, Melody, and if I click on it, it doesn't say US dollars anymore. Like Jiffy Cool, $7. Is that right? Or is that 7 US? They do round. They were rounding. So yeah. Some of your bin shows Canadian dollars and some items are showing US dollars. Oh, okay. So if you're still in the room, Lewis, Melody isn't. There's one of the Quebec sellers that seems to be having some issues. That is kind of weird. Let me just double check what I can see in today's bin. Hang on. 242. All I can see is 24 and 22. Okay, so as Lewis just said, task is still running, so I'd say just wait a little bit longer. You should be okay, Melody, because you're at 8:30 p.m. So they're still working on it, and thank you so much. Comic Hospi, does Whatnot take calls or only email? Only email. The best thing to do would be to go to if you go into my show notes and you scroll down towards the bottom, just above the line of fire, you're going to say, you're going to see the instructions on how to contact Whatnot. That's the fastest way. What bot will answer you first, trying to help you, and then you can create a ticket, and that is the best way to get to them. Yes, we appreciate you and love you. So if anybody is going to be in the Toronto area, the 24th to 27th is a Toronto sports card show, and Whatnot is going to be there, so it'd be great. If you popped by and said hello to the wonderful people of Whatnot who are coming to Canada to do the sports card show, it's going to be very exciting. Sassy Vintage Chick, good morning. And I did message to people in the community team about the sports card show, so hopefully they get back to. They're probably going to connect with you about that. Hopefully, I feel like there's more silos at Whatnot. The bigger Whatnot grows, the more silos there seems to be. Like they're not interacting with each other enough anymore. This is what it feels like. I'm probably wrong, but that tends to happen in most corporations. Good morning, Sassy. How are you doing? Oh, it is 10:32. Okay. So last chance to share your shows, ask your questions. You know, it takes me a while to type this in. So just share your shows, ask your questions, and I will be raiding into Mama Z if she's on. Nope, she's not on anymore. Son of a nutcracker. Oh, Dream question in a few days. Oh, that's so much fun. Okay, yep, she's not on anymore. Followed hosts. Canadian Treasures is going to be doing live thrifting either tomorrow or Saturday, time to be decided. That's exciting. That is very exciting. I'm trying to find a Canadian. Give me a Canadian, Whatnot. Nope. No Canadians are coming up. No Canadians are coming up. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go raid into a raid train. All right. Back I go to me. All right, so if you we're gonna go raid into a raid train, which is kind of fun because like you're like a double raid, and it's Manda Panda, and she's an awesome human being, and she's in a lot of my raid trains, and it's called Gone in a Flash. If you haven't ever joined a raid train and you're a new seller, watch how this goes, and you can always contact the person who runs this raid train, and it is the best way for you to expand your networking abilities on Whatnot. The more you do raid trains and collaborations and come into groups like this and chat, the more likely you are to grow faster. So, all right, that's my PSA for today. Okay, I love you guys. We're going to raid now.